Pitch debates in the sport of cricket, that's nothing really new. But when the sport is taking place in a country where you're trying to grow the fan base or actually inculcate a love for the sport in the first place, like what is happening in the case of the T20 World Cup, which is currently being co-hosted by the USA, then having a questionable pitch is always going to be seen as a big problem. And that's exactly how the match between Sri Lanka and South Africa played out. It was a match where you didn't see more than 160 runs scored, and that's when you combine both innings. But unfortunately, it was in fact the pitch that was the major differential, because it was one which no set of batters could make head or tail of, and as expected, it has led to plenty of questions being raised about the way the pitch was in fact prepared and why exactly it is that this is being seen as such a problem. In this video, we'll take a look at what certain people had to say about the pitch before we of course go over why it is not in fact a good thing at all that something like this is happening at this point in time. Let's start off with what Harsha Bhogle had to say, and he took to his X accounts and said that, you could have a different drop-in pitch maybe, but what about the outfield? And then followed that up with another post saying, not sure this is the best introduction to cricket in a new land. Both very valid points. Then you had two other people in Irfan Pathan who said that this is not an ideal pitch for T20 cricket, as well as Chamara Kapugetra just simply say the pitch with two face palm emojis, definitely not a happy chappy in the least. Former South Africa cricketer Faf du Plessis also went up to X and said that, wow, this wicket is very, very spicy. And perhaps the most damning indictment came from Tom Moody, who said that Sri Lanka were rattled in New York on a surface that is well suited for quality pace, and a few teams might be rethinking their team balance on this early evidence. Now, this could very well be a reference to India. Remember, India have in fact packed in 4 spinners in their particular squad, and 3 of those games will in fact be taking place at the Nassau County Cricket Stadium in New York. But is this ideal really for the sport? I mean, you saw what it is that Irfan Pathan said, and even Harsha Bhogle. It's hardly ideal, given that the whole purpose of bringing this World Cup to the USA is to ensure that you started growing the fan base. And watching a contest like this, even most die-hard hardcore cricketing fans were getting bored. In fact, one of the biggest feedback we got when we were dissecting this match after it was done is that this match was an absolute slog-fest to watch. It wasn't pretty, it was very, very brutal. And imagine if you're a die-hard cricket fan and you found this match a tough one to watch. Imagine someone who has no idea about the sport and you show them this. You could forgive them for thinking, why exactly is it that this is seen as such a big deal? And that really is the problem that's facing them. The drop-in pitch, which is of course partly prepared in Adelaide, partly prepared then in New York, finished off there, has been proving problematic, and the outfield just does not help matters. But can anything even be done at this point in time? It seems very unlikely, given it is a temporary structure. Don't forget, it's a pop-up stadium. But the best thing that teams can do at this point, deal with it. Will the fans be able to put up with it? That, however, is another debate altogether. But you can let us know your thoughts about the pitch in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've done as well. For now, from my side, it is goodbye.